He has immediately blamed the government. He has named Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. He has named the Interior Minister, which is the equivalent of our Home Minister, Rana Sanaullah. And he has also blamed a Major General in the ISI for the attack.
Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan was shot during his protest march in the country's Punjab province on October 3rd. Khan sustained a bullet injury according to media reports. Khan alleged that Prime Minister Sharif, Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah, and a Major General Faisal were behind it. So in light of recent events, what exactly has happened and what's next for Pakistan?
So Imran Khan was injured in an attempt on his life on November 3rd. This happened while he was leading a protest march. It's called a long march. And it is a very popular form of protest in Pakistan. Like many politicians have taken it out in the past, others have, opposition politicians. So he is on a long march from Islamabad, from Lahore to Islamabad, basically demanding that early elections should be held. The elections are actually due next year. And he was ousted from office. He used to be the prime minister, and he was ousted from office through a no confidence motion in April this year. And since then, he has been galvanizing support for his return. He has been galvanizing his supporters, PTI workers, others, telling them that he was unfairly removed and that elections should be held immediately in order to prove his popularity. And he is very, very popular. He has become more popular since his ouster than he ever was before. He was not popular as a prime minister because he failed to keep many of his promises that he had made during the elections. And even while he was standing for elections, he barely managed to scrape through. And his government formation, even his elections, had to be managed by the Pakistan Army and the ISI. So at this point, he is stated to be now quite well. He has survived, of course, the attack. He had an injury on his leg from a bullet. 6 other people were injured, and 1 person was killed in the attack. He has been in protest mode since his ouster, and the long march that which he's leading from Lahore to Islamabad is basically a very popular political instrument in Pakistan. It has a long history. There have been other political marches, and usually the aim of this political march is to disrupt the status quo. So he has been organizing this. He had been organizing this long march for a long time, and then last week he announced the dates of the long march immediately after the killing of a journalist. His name is Arshad Sharif, and he was killed in Kenya, where he had fled because he feared for his life. And he feared for his life because he was a staunch supporter of Imran Khan. When he died, people believed that he was actually killed in a targeted assassination, and that the Pakistan establishment, or which is a code word for the ISI, was behind this killing, and they have been making these allegations since then. Imran Khan decided to capitalize on this anger and immediately began the long march one day after Arshad Sharif's funeral. And there was already a kind of foreboding about this long march, because people were warning of violence. It was not clear who would start this violence, whether this violence would come from Imran Khan's supporters, whether it would come from some outside parties. There was no clarity on this, but people kept saying there would be violence, there would be violence. And that was proved correct when yesterday a gunman pulled a gun on Imran Khan and shot him in the leg, managed to injure him, and also, injure several others. And of course, as I said, one person was killed. He has immediately blamed the government. He has named Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. He has named the Interior Minister, which is the equivalent of our Home Minister, Rana Sanaullah. And he has also blamed a Major General in the ISI for the attack on him. And he has demanded that the government should sack these people immediately and call for an immediate election. Now, this is basically, this adds to the narrative that the army and that the government want to prevent his return to power at all costs. Most people now believe that, whether they are supporters of Imran Khan or not. And it has actually, this narrative has played very well into his hands. He has found his support rising. And now he sees, after this attack on him, he sees himself as unstoppable, really. He has announced that he will continue the long march, that it will not stop. It had stopped yesterday after the attack, and it hasn't started again yet. But he has said that it will continue, and that he will continue to take it to its destination, which is the capital, Islamabad. First of all, who are Khan's political adversaries? Khan's political adversaries at the moment are basically the political parties that are in power in a coalition, which is the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz. Nawaz Sharif's brother prime minister is the prime minister. His name is Shehbaz Sharif. The Pakistan People's Party is in the coalition. There are several other parties in this coalition, but these are the two big parties. And they have also reacted along expected lines. They have said that an inquiry should be, they have ordered an inquiry, that they have promised to get down to the truth of the matter. But they have also said that the attack took place in the Punjab province of Pakistan. Therefore, as in India, law and order, all these issues are in the sphere of the province, like how state governments deal with law and order and all here. In Punjab, in Pakistan as well, this is the remit of the provincial government. So they've also said that the provincial government of Punjab, which is actually held by Imran Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek Insaf, that they should first conduct an inquiry. They should find out they should investigate what has happened, and they've also called for investigation into how there were security lapses around Imran Khan himself, because he was surrounded by several rings of security. There was Punjab police as well. And, so there have been calls for investigations at multiple levels. The implications of the attack are, in the immediate near term, it will just entrench the two sides in their positions, which is the PTI on one side, and that is Imran Khan and his party on one side, and the government and the army on the other side. Or let's say PTI on one side, the government on the other, and the army kind of looming over this whole over this whole chaos. So, I mean, the only way that this can now be resolved is it by a kind of a negotiated settlement between these various parties. They're called stakeholders in Pakistani political parlance, and and it is very likely that this may happen because one of the stakeholders is the army. And there are also predictions that if things go out of hand, if Imran Khan is determined to cause more chaos by leading all his supporters, these tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands of supporters into the capital and creating a siege-like solution, which may lead to more law and order issues, then the army might have to step in a kind of a bigger role. So we have to see. Pakistan has had a very, very checkered history of interventions by the army, whether by just outright coups, takeovers, behind the scenes ousters, so many varieties of interventions they have been able to effect in Pakistani politics. So one just has to wait and see how this one will pan out.